What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I just got over here to the shop. We're pushing this thing out. We're at B&K Performance over here. Brian's going to help me snatch the motor out of this thing today. So luckily it shouldn't be that bad. Hopefully it'll be okay. If we caught it in time, we should be able to just put a bearing in it. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen and we don't have to weld up the crank. It's just one of those things we won't know till we get in. So I got Norman coming over a little bit later. I think Milton's going to come over a little bit later as well. So luckily I got some friends helping to get this thing in and out. Hopefully we can get it out today and get this thing back racing soon. Let me show you something else real fast though. I thought it was funny in the last video. A lot of people were giving me crap about it. I knew they were going to, but I left it in the video anyway. So let me show you this. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go to turbojohnracing.com. Grab yourself some merchandise. Thanks, guys. Y'all saw the last video. If you didn't go see the video, it was like a minute of us doing this. Door would not close. And, you know, we probably made it a little worse than... It wouldn't close. And I don't know if you noticed, but I forgot about it. That is the door limiting strap. And so if the door limiting strap is hanging there, look what happens. It won't let it go. So everybody giving me crap about my door not being fixed and not being able to shut. I need to take that thing off because I don't have the other piece to make it go on this one. But look, what? It's fixed. Well, we probably damaged it. But look, it fits and shuts. So the door is adjusted properly. It's just, yeah. So you can say, well, look, it ain't gonna shut. Look, it even lines up halfway decent. It took Brian forever to get that thing right to where it's still kind of wobbly. But my hinges are definitely homemade hinges that we made too. So it's a nut and a bolt. Y'all ain't never seen such, have you? But it works. All right, let's push this thing out real fast. And we're gonna go ahead and get it in the shop and snatch the motor out. And I say push it out, but I'm gonna crank it up and drive it out to the shop because right now it is still drivable. So the first thing in this process, I had to crank the car and move it back in the trailer, was I forgot to take all the straps off. And so it wouldn't roll out. So let's undo this strap, crank it up, drive it in, pull the motor. All right, guys, so we got this thing in here real fast. It shouldn't take but a few minutes to get this thing out. We're getting better and better at getting this thing in and out. When the front end comes off of it, it makes it a lot easier. And you can see we had this tab over here. The tab is ripped off over there. And it was actually my fault the hood blew off of it because we broke the tab, the Zeus fastener in the hood, and I misplaced it. So when we put the hood back on it that last time, I didn't have a Zeus fastener here, so it had the 3 in the front and the 1 on the back. And if you notice in the video, it starts flopping a little bit, and then the air catches it, and I guess because of everything. And it actually blowed off when I hit the parachute. So I don't know, that's when the nose come down. So, but we're good. We're going to just run it with no hood, not a big deal. You see it kind of scratched up the window up here. I think that stuff will buff out. This is actually real glass, so we'll probably be able to take a razor blade to get that out. So let's snatch this thing out real fast. I don't know if we'll get to pull it apart today, but we'll at least get it out. And then once we get it out, we'll be able to get a game plan on what we're going to do. All right, check it out. All right, guys, so we've been working on this thing. Norman and Michael come over too, so they're helping out, taking the fuel pump off of it now. We're just gonna snatch this thing out just the way it is with the headers on it. Norman was kind of fighting with the headers a little bit, and but they're kind of a pain in the butt, especially that side over there. We're thinking about going ahead while this motor's out, going ahead and possibly sliding this thing back. I mean, we'll have to, I don't know, basically in between the frame rails all the way back will have to be cut out. The brake thing will have to be moved. That's a lot of work, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. It would really help the car though. I think that would help a ton to make it work better. So I don't know yet, but let's get it out. We gotta do one thing at a time. Let's get the motor out, figure out what we gotta do to the motor, figure out how bad it's tore up. And, you know, we'll get with Richard and see if the aluminum block's going to be ready, because that will definitely make a difference as well. The aluminum block, then, that's 100 pounds off the nose of the car, so that'll definitely be helpful. So, I don't know. Let's keep going. All right, so almost ready to pull this thing out. Norman's been busting butt on this thing. Just a couple little more things. We got the transmission unbolted again. So now all we gotta do is take the motor plate loose, hook the cherry picker to it, and snatch this thing out. So let's go. Guys, well, we got the motor out and apart. We can't find the right size length bolt to get it on the engine stand, so we went ahead and took the oil pan off of it. You can see, nice crankshaft, nice rods. Check this out. So, talking about thrust, we'll talk about this a little bit later. But you can see up in there, that's how much space it's got. Yeah, we're gonna pull the main cap off of it real fast, and then we'll be able to tell real fast. You see it moves. It's got quite a bit. Actually, we can put some feeler gauges in it and try it. Let's see what it is. Push it back the other way. Oh, I just got it. I got it. Let's get the feeler gauges and see actually how much it's got in there. Because it's not a ton, but it's more than, looks like a spark plug gap. Here is a 25 actually fits barely up in there. It's not quite snug. It's probably, yeah, we're pretty close. It's probably 30 or so, 30, 35, somewhere in that range. So it's got a little bit of play. So, yeah, so we're not terrible. There was a little bit of metal on the actual oil pan plug, but I think we're okay. I mean, it doesn't look like it's far enough that it's hurt anything. We'll turn it over. We're going to take it completely apart, put rings and bearings in it. We're going to pull this apart real fast and take the cap off of it real quick. And once we get the cap off of it, we'll see what the bearing looks like. It's crankless, okay. All right, guys, we got the cap off of it down here. And you see the crankshaft looks okay on the front side and on the back side. It's going to have to be welded and reground, which luckily is not that big a deal. We'll weld it up and grind it. So crankshaft's got to come out. It's got to be, we're going to put bearings and rings in it anyway. At first I was like, oh yeah, the crankshaft's fine, but I was looking at the wrong part. That's the part that's going back. The part that is up against the thrust that pushes is back here. So it is going to need to be welded and ground down. You can see the material on the thrust bearing is trash. So lesson learned, if you have a hard spooling turbo, you better put some dump valves on it. So we'll do that. We'll have it fixed up, see how it's even turned it kind of a little black where it got some heat in it. It looks like it's a little crack right there too. Not that big a deal. Weld it up and send it. All right, guys, well, that's gonna do it for today. We'll get this thing completely apart. Crankshaft will be coming out, going to the machine shop. I might actually weld it up myself. It depends on what everybody's turnaround time is. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see y'all soon later.